This is an introductory video to show you how you will interact as a student with the Miro board, which is our collaboration whiteboard tool. You'll note that my cursor is a hand. Quite often when you enter Miro for the first time ever, you're going to see that your cursor is a hand, and it allows you to kind of move the board around. You'll hold it down with the left cursor and kind of just drag, right? So you can even see how when you click on it, and you go to hold it down, it grabs it like it's holding it down. So to get rid of that and to be able to interact with the board with sticky notes and whatnot, we're going to click this Select V tool, and you'll note how the cursor has become an arrow for us. Let's go ahead and continue to walk down this particular menu with some of the things that you'll be using in class. So you may find yourself using shapes. There are different shapes that we can use. You can even take a peek at what are all of the different shapes. Okay, we'll go ahead and close this out. Most often you'll be interacting with sticky notes. You can see when we click on that, it gives us a variety of different colors, and we can type on something, hello. And if we hit tab, it will give us another sticky right away. Hello again. Tab gives us yet one more sticky, okay? The pen tool, we might be interacting with that. So we will click on this. You can interact with it as a pen or as a highlighter. So as a highlighter, we might be able to click on the color. Maybe we don't want this color yellow. Maybe we'd like to see kind of this turquoise blue, and we will hold it down and we can see some of the interesting shapes that we can write with it. Okay. To get out of this mode, you're going to hit escape. Stickies or emojis, you can search for them. It will show you anything with a heart in it. So let's say that we want to just say, hey, this has been a really great job done. We can see that over there. I love what you did with this. Okay. We can also smile faces. We'll put out our little upside down smile face. There might be moments where you are requested by the instructor to interact with the board, signifying your understanding or signifying your level of whether you like the exercise or you don't like the exercise with an emoji, okay? There are other options within here, but they are not options that we will actually be having you use. Google image search is suspended for right now. You can see that, sorry, Google image search is temporarily unavailable. However, Google image search on your own screen, on your own tab, will allow you to copy and paste. Paste within Miro is always Control V, and it'll allow you to do that. Next up, you might have hit something and you're like, wow, I really didn't mean to put the upside down smiley face. So I'm going to click the undo button and I'm going to take that away. And then you think to yourself, well, actually, I could have just left that there. I could have clicked on him and I could have turned him around and made him an upside smiley face. Okay. So you have your undo, your redos. Now, you'll be asked several points during the class, please join me on frame number, blah, blah, right? So to get there, we're going to open this sidebar in the lower left-hand corner. Now, when you first open Miro, you're going to see that it looks very much like the left side on a PowerPoint presentation. And that is when we have the sidebar illuminated, but we can also make it just a list. I frankly prefer the list view because it's less visual distraction and it tells me right away what the frame number is right here. So I would have you disregard these. These are actually the titles. I can say title. Now this isn't something that you'll be able to change as you won't have the authority since it's not your board, but just to show you. So frame 1, 2, and 3. So if I say join me on frame 2, you can see how that brings it up fast immediately. I'm going to close that for right now. I'm going to zoom out just a little bit. And then let's say that we get over here and we think to ourselves, this is just a little bit small for me. I'd like to get there without having to scroll the mouse in and out. I'd like to get to see how big this will actually get. And yes, I think I like 75% for these sticky notes. So that may be something visually that you want to be able to do. A lot of times it's challenging to see some of the things on a board if it's pretty small, so we can make it whatever size we want to make it. That, of course, does not work for you when we are doing screen share as instructors. But you can also do, coming back up and around here, on the far right bar, you would see a picture of the person that owns the board. That will have a circle around it, okay? The board owner has the ability to call you to where they are. The board owner has the ability to send you to someone else or to follow someone else. There are times that you may find, oh my goodness, I totally got lost. I don't even know where they are right now. If you are lost, you can simply click on this. I can say, bring everybody to me. Now, what will happen when you click on it, will take you exactly where I am, okay? Now, the next thing is, if we have this little guy, this blue arrow that's kind of off to the side without the tail, if we hover over this, you'll see that it says hide collaborators cursors. Now, that's something that I like to do. Visually, it becomes very distracting if I'm teaching a class of, let's say, 6 or more people. I see all of their names swimming around, and they move wherever the person's moving. So if you, for example, have a habit like I do sometimes of sitting there and wiggling my mouse, I would see your name wiggling back and forth if you were to do something like that. So what I do is I hide the collaborators cursors. Now, if you're wondering where someone is, you can actually click show collaborators cursors, and you can kind of zoom out and see where people are. Now, you're not seeing anything now because it's just me in the Zoom and in the recording on the Miro board, okay? You can offer some reactions to people. So reactions is right next to it. And these are some of the different things that you get to take a look at. This board will not necessarily be visible. This piece of the board will not be visible to you. It's for the board owner to interact with. And then lastly, let's go ahead and hide ourselves down, move some things down. And let's say that you've gotten lost. Let's say that you can't remember, click the person who's presenting with the yellow circle to take where they are. And let's say that you're like, well, I remember that we were talking about hello, right? And so we could say hello and hello again. Gives us 2 choices. So, oh, I remember it was kind of close to the hello again. And so you'll see that I've clicked on this. It leaves it open because maybe I think to myself, oh, that is actually the one that I wanted. And so I can click there. I can also say, no, it was frame 1 that I wanted, but frame 1 isn't there. So what's that called again? I can just go to frame 2 and I can see, oh, that's called title. I remember that we changed that now. Yes, absolutely. Okay. So you can also go far away. You can click, what did we learn? Maybe you don't remember the entire piece of the sticky, but what we learned, there it is. It'll take you right to where we are, okay? That's all of the features that as a student you would be interacting with. And so with that in mind, I will just tell you, have fun in Miro, maybe play a little bit in the board that your instructor has emailed to you, the link, and see where you can add a sticky. Thanks, and we'll see you next time.